Alright. Oh, this is Adam from 148. I'm going to go over, I don't even want to know what that is. I want to go over a couple things that happened. Like you're seeing, I had a big fail. Um, God damn, I hate that fucking thing. Um, but I wanted to go over it because I was going through it because even with his bonuses being better, my troop stats were dominating his and my army damage and also my received and my dragon was better and he obviously had better gems. As a stronghold 35, he probably has way better banners and research and blah 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 blah. But my thing was, I wanted to show you the difference here and why this also explains that tier don't matter, as always. It's more of his march capacity. If you'll see the difference between the two hits, his march capacity and his march setup, that made a more bigger difference than his tier did because I still annihilated his tier 11. This is who he reinforced. I speed hit the first time. I lost a little bit of troops here because that was an offensive hit. It was not defensive. So luckily I had my talent going. Um, Here we go. See, his first troop march setup was this. You don't want to send this guy, people. You just don't. This is terrible. Um, and I noticed after the first hit, before he even started wanting to go with another hit, I noticed it. I was like, man, I was like, this is absolutely terrible. This is just downright terrible. And like I said, I didn't know his bonuses. This is a new group that got migrated in here. Um, K107. Um, this is his actual bonuses, and even then he wasn't I wasn't too far off for being a stronghold 33 versus a stronghold 35. But the main thing is number one, he marched 250k the first round. If you look here, he was over 300k, and my march boost had already worn off, or else we might be talking about a little bit different, a little closer game if I wasn't marching 280 versus 305 or whatever happens to be. If I was marching, my max right now is 300. So if I was marching 300 versus 305, it might be a little bit different story. The biggest thing though, and even though his troop setup really still isn't all that great on this, it's still pretty decent. So his march capacity with his troop setup, um, with T11 also. I mean, it came down to that. This is one of those instances where the tier 11, even though it don't matter, is going to make a little bit of a difference. Our bonuses aren't that far apart. We're not at all. Some things I have better, some things he has better. It's a real close battle, and easily this could have. I mean, if I would have had my full March boost at 300k, and all that, I mean, like I said, easily depending on what he sends, depending on what I send, and who's boosted to what, and all that other stuff. I mean, this could go either way. But look at his other March setup was so much better. I don't like his infantry setup still on his march. He sent way he didn't send enough tiers. If he's gonna minimize how many tiers he sent, he should have at least sent like 1,000 T2, maybe some 500 T4, some T6 and T8 at least to back up his other one, or else he could have probably even lost even less, um, and actually minimized his cavalry. He sent a lot of cavalry though, a whole lot of cavalry. That makes me want to play with the game a little bit. Seeing all that cavalry makes me want to play the game because even in spirit and in arena, I've been playing around, and cavalry is not a good thing to send a lot of. But also, you know, in a real battle is a little different than some of them events, so maybe I need to look at that. But I'll have to play around with it and see what's going on. Maybe I'll send a little more next time. Maybe I'll call him out for another battle before it's all over. Have a little fun. He sent a lot of bowmen, different types. He could have sent more infantry tiers, in my opinion, and would have lost less power than he did. Other than that, I mean, dude's strong. We're pretty even. Like I said, depending on what we decide to send as far as troop setup, and if I can somewhat match his troop march. I mean, we might be talking. We can go back and forth all day, pretty much. But I just wanted to show you guys. Man, this tier thing I keep hearing about, you guys are going to lose it because it's not that big of a deal. It's really not. And that just shows you right there a win and a loss against T11, for instance, with my T10. So I just wanted to go back. It was a big fail on my part. It was funny to me, but cost me a little bit of all resources, probably 70 million food and fucking 4 or 5 million iron towards my stronghold 34. But it was fun. It was fun. We got this kill event going strong. I got obviously 8th place already. Hopefully we'll have a little more fun and I'll be able to post it and I'll be able to break it down a little bit for you. I think next time I'll send a little more cavalry with him just to see what happens. But I just don't. All the testing I've done, cavalry was not that great to send. I did a lot better when I stopped sending as much cavalry. I was killing a lot more than I was when I was winning a lot more marches even when I was sending less cavalry than I was when I was sending cavalry. And even our big guys, our 2 big guys, like one of them don't even send cavalry at all. He actually sends he literally only sends infantry and bowmen, no cavalry at all. But when you have like 2,000 bonuses and fucking 1,000 troop attack, you can do that, I guess. But I'll check it out for you guys. Maybe we'll make a video on that and see the differences in troop setups. There are some different troop setups you can use. There's differences in them, but ultimately, as long as you're sending a multiple tier troop setup, you're gonna be okay. It's not gonna be a huge difference between losing and winning. Really, in a matter of, you're not gonna lose or win a huge amount. It's gonna be 5,000-10,000 troops here or there. It's not gonna be 100,000 different troops for the most part. So, if you have any questions and answers, we will go from there. But I just wanted to show you a couple things. Oh, I got into Firelands earlier. Had a little fun. This guy was kind of fun. I wish I could have videotaped it, but I was in the middle of doing something while I was doing it. This guy, as you see, it has no dragon. What he did, the biggest mistake he did, and I see it all the time, and I tried to catch somebody in last time we had war, I almost caught a guy doing it. He used Battle Blade instead of Dragon Blade, which is fine. But you have to be watching. Number one, you have to be careful. You have to be watching your surroundings. And number 2, you have to be ready to recall or teleport if someone tries to hit you. So I was on a tile in Firelands, and this guy fucking right here, he tried to hit me, even though he's stronghold 31. I don't even know what he was thinking. Tries to hit my tile, and he would have lost the tile. Okay, he would have lost his 220k march. Forgive the people yelling at me in the background. She's always yelling at me. But you can, I mean, he would have lost his 220k march or whatever it was, or 230k march pretty easily. But it was even funnier because I let that go and I actually teleported straight to his castle because he didn't have Dragon Blade. And I teleported right next to him, and I just demolished the rest of his troops, like just demolished them. That would have been pretty funny to get on film, seeing that mistake. There's a couple mistakes I see people do, and maybe I'll make a video on that. Maybe I'll catch somebody here pretty soon in one of our kingdoms making some mistakes, and I'll make some videos on some mistakes that people make from timed scouting and the way people look at their reports and all that. And I'll make a video on that just to inform people. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Bye.